Okay, we'll see down here. So we're streaming on the channel right now. People are probably going, hey, what is he doing? No, because nobody's going to really see it on my channel, but we'll come over to the other computer, and I'm going to flip this around so you guys can watch what I'm doing. And I'm going to come over here on my channel. New channel. It says I'm live right now. Hopefully the sound's not on. So you can see me right now. And we're live. So, and every time that you have something in there, it's just going to reuse whatever you already were using. So if you name your stream something, it's going to reuse it. One of the things that's kind of hard to explain here, I guess, is when you're on YouTube and you come up here and you click go live. If you don't already have some kind of stream created, it won't show up. So you have to actually create one. Now you can stream also from YouTube itself without using OBS, and sometimes that's a little bit easier. But anyway, I thought I would make a video on this and just kind of show it how it works. It's kind of a pain, but if you fiddle around with it, you'll get it to work eventually. So anyway, what do we got going on here? Has the camera froze? It does look like a little bit of latency. Alright. We're making a video on how to set up a stream on here. I'm using a different computer. That way maybe I can have like my station as a backdrop. So let's see here. I need a different camera. Actually, I need the camera to be in front of me. So what we're actually going to do is we're just going to move the camera and put it on the monitor here, because then I can see it. We gotta get. There we go. And hopefully. I can't really watch it in real time. A lot of delay. I'm gonna fire up to 710. I need my microphone in front of me too. That's another problem. Alright. Need to tie my shoes there, buddy. Alright. So, now I can stream from this computer and have all my cool radio crap behind me and look like some fancy YouTuber. But this is going to pick up all of the noise from the air conditioner. I'm going to need to probably put one of the blue Yeti microphones over up front here and then disable the audio to the webcam. So that'd probably be like a good way to do that. But this could actually work pretty good because I have all the radio stuff in the background and it can look really nice. So I'm just missing that other screen right there. So let's go ahead and turn that one on. And the 3000 isn't hooked up, but it'll still show up. I've got another blue Yeti, so maybe I'll do that. Hook it up. put a... I prefer a boom microphone, especially because if I put a boom microphone over here, you guys can see the microphone and it would look kind of neat in front of me. I've got another boom and I've got another microphone or two. I've got one here. Oh, we gotta turn on the monitor. Okay. And then start the SDR play. Oh, SDR play is really hard on stuff. I'd like to be able to run both radios at the same time. And be able to monitor what I'm doing. So, okay, now we have, I don't know if I probably pan, I'm trying to think which direction I need to move. I need to move that way. That's my regular computer. This is actually picking up pretty much the entire station behind me as I normally use it. It's actually really good. So let's see. Welcome to the keyboard that doesn't have a back key. Welcome to Ham Shack, as Clint would call me, which it really is. And we got Plasma Zombie in there. What's going on, dude? My keyboard here is an old G15 Logitech gaming keyboard. I need to take it apart. It's just the back key doesn't always work. So I want this out of here. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to minimize the screen so that I can still look at this, because you guys don't need to be seeing the logistics. I wonder if there's a way, like, actually I would want to put the whole backdrop, maybe I can actually just come over here and move this here. Oh, that's weird. So if I adjust OBS Studio and just let this overtake everything, then we can see just the whole radio station instead. So the camera needs to come over. The camera is mirrored, so all this is backwards. How do we do? I don't know how to flip the camera. Okay. So just move it maybe so we can see kind of what I'm seeing on my screen over there. I need to try to, so there's a video capture. I could just turn off the display capture too. That is another thing I can also do. So with no display capture, it would just be me. So let's see, filtering, full screen, properties. Let's see. Okay, next you go N9-930 full HD webcam. Configure video. Camera control. I have seen where you can flip it around. resolution, flip vertically, I don't know, buffering, auto detect, capture audio only, or apply rotation data from camera. There's got to be a way to flip this thing around because it's backwards. Let's see. Do I have kidney problems? Not that I'm aware of, but my kids do. Why would you ask that? Just curious. Yeah, I can use it. I have to plug in the mixer. It's easier for me to actually grab a it's easier for me to grab one of these. Let's see. Just hopefully it doesn't pull in too much noise. This computer I'm using is probably not the best for this. Okay, so I'm gonna turn off the, let's go. Okay, video capture. Okay. So the audio should be back on. I'm using the Blue Yeti. I don't know what it's set to. Let me know if you can hear it. Okay, so it should sound a lot better. I don't know if it's going to pick up the air conditioner behind me. And I can change a bunch of stuff on it too. It's got a lot of settings on it. The gain is kind of low. I can plug headphones into the Yeti and listen to it, but it doesn't necessarily mean that's what you're going to hear when it goes through here. Let's see here. Oh, I can see myself on the other screen, which is great. I still want to flip this video around, and I want to know how to do that. Middle shelf to the right. Well, it's going to be backwards. There's two right there. That's my tuner. So let's see if I get out of the way here. That's one there, and that's one there. A little too bright, probably. That's the HL2200, and then that's another one. That's right there. That's my tuner. Oh, those are my batteries. Over there, those are my batteries. That's a 24 volt, 100 amp hour, ampere time, lie time battery. My inverter is above that. The EG4 is right above it. And then that's my computer underneath the Scarlett. So this is my other computer. Down below is the radio. I got an Astron over here. So I don't think there's anything else underneath there. Let's see if we can flip this. Video input, video capture. There's 3 little dots here. Advanced. I don't want advanced audio properties. Video layout. No. What the hell? I've got. I use a bunch of web SDRs. I don't usually use the Kiwi. I'm not using the. I'm trying to flip the video camera around, so I'm trying to mirror it or whatever. I don't know what you want to call it, but I'm not. I have the audio turned off on the webcam. The webcam will cause a loop if it's running at the same time. UTV and ham KD9WNV. Alright, thanks for dropping by, dude. Awesome. Okay, so I don't know if there's a way to fix my video. It is a 746 Pro, and I use that for 2 meters. It's actually hooked up. Was hooked up. Right now I've got that radio hooked up on there and the scanner going. I gotta plug the scanner in because it died. Too much stuff over here. Currently I'd be using this because this doesn't have 440 on it, but that's a really good radio for 2 meters because it does 100 watts. Oh, okay. Where do you live at? So I'm guessing you're not in the United States then. I think if I remember correctly, you're in the UK, right? Oh, dang. Siberia. What time is it there right now? We're about 3:30. 3:30 in the afternoon. It's Wednesday in Arizona. And Estrella, hello. We're playing around. I'm on a different computer trying to have it stream so it'll catch my station behind me. And I want to flip my webcam around, but I don't know how to do that. And then we just switched the microphone to the Blue Yeti, which is just kind of right here. I think I will put a boom microphone. Even though I think the Yeti is probably a better mic, a lot of people like to see the microphone in front of you while you're, streaming. And I just need a clamp, actually. I've got another one. The one behind me here is actually going to a mixer. And I've got 2 other ones that could go on the other boom. One's from Scarlett, and then I don't know what the other one is, some kind of Amazon one. So let me see if we can. I'm wondering if there's a setting somewhere in OBS. People usually make mirror wrong live streams. I think there's no possibility in YouTube to flip the live stream images horizontally. Okay, yeah. I wonder if you use just like a different camera, because like I think it's more the camera that I think. Well, actually, it's not backwards. Well, it's backwards, but it's showing everything correct. No, it's just me. My brain is screwed up. So if I turn around and look, what's in behind me is exactly correct. So it is actually normal. So, but I do have a camera that always shows up backwards. I forget which one it is. So let me see if I wonder if I can make this larger. Yeah, my GoPro will flip it, I think, and some of those cheap action cameras. Let me see if we can pull this out here. Okay. Yeah, it's showing everything right. I thought I saw earlier where it was backwards. So if I can scoot the camera over a hair, then I can catch the rest of my other radio. And that screen is on the... If I'm not careful, I'm going to screw this up. The other screen is on the 3000. It's basically an SDR play hooked up to the back of the 3000. And then I actually maybe turn on the light over here. Maybe sometimes the light washes everything out. The 3000's over here. And then I use that amp usually. But the other one's not hooked up. The other one covers 160. See the light put that funky spot back there. Let's see. Yeah, that kind of works. I've got to move a bunch of stuff around. TF2WIN. Hello, welcome to the live stream. I'm kind of just trying to set up a stream of the station and kind of prepare for recording stuff, and just Plasma Zombies over here helping me, and we're just having fun. So let's see. I need to figure out where I can mount that other boom, because there's kind of no file cabinets underneath here. Let's see here. No, you're doing fine, man. Half the time I have no idea what the hell I'm doing, so, you know, I'm just making my way through it. So there's some other video capture thing. Okay, I see. That's the settings on the audio. So I need to get my headphones and see what the actual I need to see what the Scarlett sounds like. I don't know what the hell I did with my other headphones. But I've got these old AKGs. I've had them forever. Should work. Well, that's picking up a lot of noise. It's about, I think we're hitting close to 90 degrees today, so turning off the air conditioner's kind of not an option. Plus it gets hot out here because it's kind of an unfinished garage. Alright, we've got, I think that's stereo mode maybe. Turn up the gain a little bit. Okay, that's what we were on. That's a cardioid pattern. And then that one's something else. That one seems to pick up the most background noise. That one might be a little better. Yeah, I like the 1000 MP the most, actually, believe it or not. When you really start to mess with the 1000 MP, you can notice that the filters are superior to, this one's kind of lispy. The filters seem to be superior to anything DSP that I've noticed. And the 1000 has the kind of like a built-in, I think they called it a U-tune thing, and it's really good about getting rid of noise. I don't know, I can't tell which one really works the best. It's got that one has a couple INRAD filters in it, and then I have a 920 that's loaded full of INRAD filters. It has the INRAD daughter board and a switch on the bottom so you can cascade the filters. So I think that's the best I can find for the microphone to kind of try and get rid of some of the other noise from the computer fan and the air conditioner. But the 710 is really good at getting rid of noise. It's just not quite the same. It's probably one of the best that I've seen for radios that don't have real filters, but I prefer the 1000, but I like the screen, so I'm kind of spoiled. Well, the microphone is about a foot and a half away from me. I can move it, like, that's as far as I can go. And then, other than, like, changing the gain or the pattern of the microphone. Let's see here. And I don't know that it's super directional from the way I have it pointed. The boom microphone is probably a little bit better about not picking up other noises. Let's see here. That's really weird. I have it pointed at me like a tic tac. This is straight up and down right there. I don't know which way they have the elements, because inside of it there's like 3 or 4 elements. Like you hear how it just changed. So that's just me putting my hand near it, because it's cupping it. It's now catching the audio. So you talk into it like this, and you're very close to it, then it picks it up differently. But you need to have it like really close, and so I think a lot of people do talk real close to it. And there's multiple elements in it that it switches back and forth. I remember what's what. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one sounds really weird. So the side of the microphone right there, probably, instead of the front. And then that one's supposed to be stereo. I think one there and then one there. It's really weird how they have them. Test 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. I keep hitting that other button. And I think that they honestly want you to have it facing that way. And then you can kind of aim it down like that and talk into it. But then you have to kind of reach over to get to the rest of it. So if I leave it like that, that one seems to be aimed in the right direction, I guess. We still hear the rest of the noise though. So, and then you have a volume knob right here for your headphones or whatever. So I don't know. I'd have to play around with it for a while. I just kind of set it on the desk. I found it at the thrift store and bought it and just brought it home and screwed with it. I got allergies going on right now, so it's starting to kind of pick that up. Every time it gets nice in Arizona, everything starts to bloom, and we end up with all kinds of crap. Let's try putting it back to what I had over there. Okay. Of course, now it's kind of in the way of the mouse. So maybe if I move it over here, I can get it out of my way. That's where the boom would really come in handy. Let's see, I think I can hear it picking up. It's pretty close to the computer tower now. Oh well, it can't be perfect. I'll figure it out eventually, get it to work a little bit better, but I might also just go ahead and hook up a little mixer and run that, because I have one that can run right off of a USB directly. This was like super cheap, $3 I found at the thrift store. It's a Behringer 302 USB. Looks like it was made in 2013. So it'll give you that phantom power for condenser. You just put it up here and mess with it. Or I got a couple of other mixers, but one of them is so big that it will cover the whole desk. An old Mackie. Anyway, let's see. I found some really weird radios on Amazon today. And I made a couple of videos about them, but I've seen some of these Baofangs I've never seen before, and I'm like, what in the hell? If I can hold that up on here. Like they have like some UV28 or something. Let's see if we can move that there. And then if I switch this over to here. That's as far as OBS Studio will go. Let's see here. Drag that all the way over there. Let's see if we can find this really weird Bofang I found today. Here's the UB32. Those are definitely an interesting, weird looking radio. That's been out for a while though. It looks like the battery terminals are up on the front of the radio. I could only see these being worth owning if you had multiple radios. Let's see. Because then you can do the UPS, the GPS back and forth. See, now I need to open another window so I can monitor this. That's why they have like the docking window on OBS Studio, but when you're doing screen capture it can be difficult. Let's see what that does. It's full screen. Shrink it down. Move it over here. Come on. Then I just open another Firefox. Just open another one. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, where did it go? Oh, there it is. TDMA. Interesting. So it's got Bluetooth, GPS, and APRS tracking. Features a built-in GPS and APRS automatic packet reporting system. So a lot of these other radios do have GPS, but they don't have anything to do the APRS with. Additional communication and features, contact storage, SMS functionality, store contacts, and send messages for enhanced communication capability. So I wonder if it is actually DMR. Dual time slot technology would indicate that it's DMR, I would think. Which is interesting if you think about it, because this is $62. That would be less money than your average DMR radio. But I don't know if it's DMR. It doesn't say. Well, it looks like it has groups. Single call, group call. Interesting. Be nice if I could get him to send me one. I'd just review it. I don't want to buy it. Too much money. Anyway, that one's been out for a while. The other one I saw, let's see if it'll pop up. I'm never gonna buy one of these. You gotta be crazy to buy one of those. I'm thinking about ordering one of these, the UB21, just to try it out, because it has the extra buttons. But money's kind of tight right now, so I'm like, not like somebody else hasn't already reviewed these things a million times, you know. Let's see. This one's kind of new, these 5RHs. I don't know anything about them, but they do have GPS. There it is, right here. The UV28. So, I've never seen this one before. And it has a nice look to it. But, once again, I put the stupid LED up on the top when they could have put just a rotary encoder instead. You don't really need a light on a radio. Like, I've never used one before for that purpose. Kind of reminds me of a old cell phone. Or maybe a cordless phone, you know. That's what it really looks like. It looks like an old cordless phone. Let's see here. This is another one that they've come out with that's kind of weird. Another one of these. Apparently these ones don't really have metal on them. The people said it was fake. It's like painted on there. There is one that does that. Let's see, what is this one? 5R MK5. One of these is fake. Interesting. Can't remember if it's this one or the other one. Oh, and the scanner. Yeah, I bet. We're really lucky we can listen to the scanner here because it's still analog. The sheriff's department, they don't use analog, so I have to make sure I block it all out because it just tears up the scanner with digital. I'm trying to find that radio that had the where you can use the Bluetooth headset. It's either this one or of course they claim that it works with a Bluetooth headset. It might not have been this one. But most of them that have Bluetooth don't work with a headset, from what I understand. Like, many people have bought them and go, man, this doesn't work. Okay, so it's not this one. And I think it's actually the Quansheng, the new. I made a video about it earlier. I call it the Gorilla Radio. I think it's that one that claims to be. Let me back out of this. Is this one on Bluetooth? Alright, let's see. One of them showed a picture of a headset. They're using the same pictures for different radios, it looks like. Okay. Let's go Quansheng. Q-U-A-N. Why is it not showing it to me now? On my other computer, it comes right up. Like I must be spelling it wrong or something. Interesting how they give different prices. Which one has Bluetooth? I've not seen that one. So I think it's this one here that these two radios popped up recently, and I think one of these ones definitely has it. But I actually saw a radio where it was advertised. You know, I think it was a Radtel actually. The mod chip. Let's see. How hard is it to do that? I've already got a K6. I've got... Where is it? It's actually right behind me. Hooked up. Let's see here. Let me look up that Radtel one, because there's a Radtel that has a whole bunch of features on it. They keep coming out with tons of radios. Look at this. Here's a new one. I've never seen this one either. The RT880. That's a nice display. SI4732. I've seen it, but it's like a bunch of surface mount stuff you got to do, right? Crossband repeat. That's pretty cool, I guess. But Radtel is really running with these radios. These Radtel radios are something else, man. Well, they have the extra antenna for HF reception. They're basically putting that mod chip in their radios, I think, more or less. But these radios here are like really good quality, but then again, now they're, you know, their prices are a lot higher. See, I have this one. I've got the 730. This is the one that I've been seeing. The 860, I guess, which can come either with some weird antenna or without it. Yeah, this one. I don't know much about these ones, but they've been out for a while. And here's the Bluetooth one. I think this is the one where they advertise that you can use headphones. Noise canceling, something or other. Free your hands without holding the PTT. Suitable for driving. Blah blah blah. It doesn't. It's all a bunch of BS. The 900. Wow, that thing's up to $108. And then we have this other one. What in the hell is this one? It looks nice. This one's actually a DMR radio. Let's see what else we got. This is just a damn talk pod. I had this one, I didn't like how it worked, so I ended up getting rid of it. What is this? A 752. There's just too many of these things to choose from. It's like, what the hell? This one's been around for a long time. I almost bought one of these when they were on sale, because I really prefer a simple display that you can easily read in sunlight. And a lot of these radios, you take like one of these outside, you can't read it. It's not gonna. I've never seen anything with a color display that you could read outside. This one has none. It says none GPS. Apparently there's a version with and one without. With GPS, with Bluetooth. Yeah, I can't remember what radio it was I saw, but they showed the headphones. And it must have been like one of the Bowfangs or something, I guess. One of those big, huge, chunky ones. Let's go back over here. Yeah, I was thinking about buying this one right here just to try it out. Put Amazon to the test and see if they'll actually deliver it in like 12 hours. This one's actually $24 right now. And the reason I like it is because it has the other buttons on it that the UV17 doesn't have. The UV17, I don't like having to go through all the menu stuff to switch to A and B or BFO. I just think this one might be kind of cool to have, but I certainly don't need it. And it's not like somebody else hasn't already reviewed it before. So I would end up buying it and do a video on it and test it, and then it would go on the shelf over here. And I would not use it. Maybe I would grab it with me when I go down to like Phoenix or something, but other than that, I don't know. Some of these companies too, I've had a lot of radios sent to me that look like they were used. So there wasn't really any reviews on this one, is there? UV17 Pro. Yeah, it's just another UV17 radio, but with different buttons. Yeah, I don't know. And you even have like the little clip that you, depending on which radio you have to put a different clip in it. And I've not really seen if anybody has tested the UV17s for spurs, but the other radio that they have, a lot of people complain that it's got a bunch of spurs. It's these ones, these 5 RMs, where it was like a $19 one or a $22 one. And people complain that this radio here puts out a bunch of spurs. They said it's really bad on 2 meters, which is kind of bad. Too bad, because it has the extra buttons. They have like the UV5R keyboard layout, which is nice, and then you get a battery with a USB port on the back. I'm basically kind of more interested in like practical radios, where you could just go ahead and set them up, hand them to somebody that's not a ham, and they can use it. And they don't have to worry about where their battery charger is, or all that stuff. Let's see here. And this one here is like on Amazon only. It's like a cross between one of these K-Sun radios and a different radio. And it has a full complement of keys. You got all that. You don't have to go into a menu to do anything, which is nice. But you're not going to be able to read it outside. It's supposed to have airband. I could care less about the airband, but a lot of people really do like that. And I don't live far from an airport, but it's boring to me. I'd rather listen to the scanner. Plus, most of these radios don't do a real good job with the airband in the first place. Yeah, they claim to be, but there's one right here. Let me if I can find it. It's usually on the first page. It requires a special program cable to program it, because it's waterproof, supposedly. Where did it go? Right there, that one. No, that's not the one. It's a similar one to that. Let me, if we can find it. Where the hell did it go? That one there claims to be waterproof. $18. I forget what this one actually really is. It's not a BFA58. It's a UV9R plus. Let's click on this. Oh wow, 14 megahertz. Yeah, that would be nice. And these are only as waterproof as the port on the back of the battery. IP67, I don't really think that's waterproof. That's like water resistant. Yeah, like the Motorola style plug on the side. There's mixed reviews on this one. I thought about buying one just to try it, but then I don't have the program cable for that. I'd have to get the program cable. Yeah, I would imagine this one would probably work for that reason. As long as you don't, I think it's like basically people said as long as you don't submerge it. There's a bunch of different versions of this radio though. Let's see here. This one claims to be waterproof too. The UV9R plus. It's basically the same radio, I think. Let me see here. It looks like the same one. Yeah, I wouldn't submerge it though. I don't trust him. Nope. That might be worth buying one and doing a review on the channel, but I'm not going to dump it in water. I mean, I guess I could and just return it on Amazon if it doesn't actually live up to its claim. Let's see here. I'm looking up waterproof radio on the Amazon app. These are not, it's giving me some really weird results. So that would be one other one of that version. Let's see. Oh, this radio here, the B-Tech, claims to be APRS, Bluetooth, GPS. I think this might be also claiming to be waterproof. Yeah. So what is $164? It's not bad though. I mean, like, if it does everything it says it'll do. There's another one. This is a different one. The GT3WP. It's kind of based off the same radio. I think the keypad might be a little different. It's another IP67. And then they have these in a bunch of different colors, like green, and I'm looking at them over here. The Radtel 730 is also waterproof, supposedly, and I've never tried, but it says it is. Well, that's not using the cam. I'm doing screen capture. It's the streaming. It's almost 5 o'clock here. It's getting close to 5 o'clock, and so the internet starts to get really bad. I'll go look on the other computer and see what it looks like. That's not even in the right spot. So part of it's got to do with the screen capture here. Okay. No, it's just really bad. I'll be right back. I gotta go and refill my coffee cup. Apparently the scanner's going crazy. Let me see if I can turn the scanner on. They're chasing somebody going 100 miles an hour waiting for them to crash, it sounds like. I need to hook this to a regular antenna because I need another adapter. It is busy. Meters is dead. I bet. That CB is busy now. Even showing me. Yeah, it looks like 11 meters is dead too.
So I apologize, I got stuck on a medical call. I'm calling them now.
He has no plates. Oh, that's right. I gotta upload this other video.
1640.
I need to find the adapter for that antenna.
Well, I like to run mine. Now this one has, it's got a CW position and then it's got an SSB position. On the SSB position, you definitely run higher voltage.
This thing
I
not
run it on the
streaming
SSB
correctly.
position, because it uses every part of the amplifier. It keeps everything working. And then I just crank down the drive a little bit on the TS2000. I can run it. I can get 1500 on this amplifier on the CW position. It's better for the amplifier to actually run it at the higher voltage with less drive.
Let's see. I get this thing set up wrong. It's got to be something with the screen capture, maybe.
Well, I still have to reach up and tune and load mine. It's an old tube. It's an old tube thing. It runs 3 of the 8874s. Yeah, it kind of smells like somebody's smoking meth in Venomous. When I turned my radio, I turned my stuff on here after, what was it, about an 8-9 year hiatus. And I've been having a great time. I am talking, 10 years is just rolling in. Of course, I had to go down there and I had to drag a couple people down there for 40 meters. But it was the very first day I was back on the air. I checked on 27.0256, 11 here, man, to see how the condition is. 40 is 50 over, 50 over. So I dragged the team over 20 meters down there.
Give it 244, 10 4, 16, 43 hours.
And then I went into the kitchen. Here, blue, white smoke coming out of the Yeah, I did this in the local world. Okay, in my garage, I got 2 amplifiers, both of those are 6 rows. One is a 5CX 3000A, the other one is a 4CX 5000 A7. And then in here, I've got the Alpha 76 that runs 8874s. And then over here in the corner, I've got one that runs a pair of the 3CX. What's the 1200 A7? Oh, yeah.
142?
It was 1955 Johnson Viking Valiant. Was not my first radio, but it is definitely my radio choice for audio on the AM. My first radio that I talked about.
211, so that's 7.
Was the Dave Lewis.
211, step by.
You know what? That depends on the MT-101. Now, every one of those different letters or numbers was a higher dollar amount. Like the MT-101E was the cheapest one. And then the MT-101EE was a little more expensive than that.
This guy's an idiot. He's got it backwards.
Was a little more expensive than that.
B19 Metro Boogie.
The more letters on the 101, the more economy.
Well, I still have all of that stuff that comes with it. I've got the external digital frequency counter. I have the phone patch. I've got the external speaker and the external even the extra VFO for it. I've got the whole kit. If you look on my store bid page, you'll see most of that sitting in the corner. That was the first year that I was a ham.
186 Northern out of Arizona. He comes back expired out of Texas 10/15/2019. Also negative 29. Actually, that expiration date is for his ID card. His driver's license has a different expiration. That one is valid through 2026.
Valid. That's the first thing that's going to be out of.
Different.
Northbound exit near 239 MPH. Report. Moving away.
121, there was a lot of background noise. Are you out with a pedestrian or a traffic stop, sir?
That's going to be debris. Northbound exit China 239 with some brake parts in the middle lane.
Copy debris, 6052 hours.
Well, 30 meters with that radio. We had to take the crystal out of something and take the crystal out of something else, and not everybody knew what it was. But there was an old dream back in the day that you could get the crystal out of, and everything was tuned the same as that old dream. So that straight 30 meter crystal would work for the A2. You know what? It's all about it. It's about got phenomenal audio, you do. You really do. Did I get the call right? Kilo 3 Rick.
Managed 10 for the computer, 7 stars.
Copy, thank you. Yeah, he probably didn't take anything out of it. He probably just took a couple of pots and took it back to stock. Yeah, that would have made me mad. I would have had some really serious words for him, and maybe a couple of broken windows in his shop. That would have really made me mad. I don't know where I would have gone from there. You might be right. But, you know, guy needs to be in prison if he's messing up somebody's radio. There you go. Well, you know, did you by any chance look at my short that big? Yeah, I've got a couple pictures of one of the photos is of a homebrew amp that I released mobile. It's a one to win mobile that I released through Foresters. And then there's actually photos of me in the process of building just past completion that 14-element interlink joint ender. And this is do the dip system first, because that gives you the proper arena, and then choose the maximum smoke. Oh, your audio is phenomenal. Well, what I do is I tune the amplifier under 1500. I don't like to get over 1500. But I run that dual section bird meter where I've got a 100 watt plug on one section of my bird meter, and then I've got a 2500 watt plug facing forward with a P10 in it. And that works for me. And I back my first thing I back off is my audio. I bring my audio back until I'm running about a 95% modulation. And then I back off my drive until that 95% modulation brings me to 1000 or to 1500 watts on my speed. And then I click it back from the WOs to the straight to the antenna. But I don't like to run this thing on the CW mode. I prefer to run it on single sideband rather than on the CW mode because I like to run the higher voltage and with just lower drive because I get better audio out of it, and I firmly believe that that's the better for the amplifier. 532096 Union. Come back to the Optima.
units en route to the Safeway. The suspect vehicle is a green Toyota. Two white males, 18 to 20 years old. The speeding gun was described as a along the rifle style. The RT does want those charges. Oh my God, the amount with the RT. 212 Temple.
stand back and then control with this WD0 BPM. Everything is good. It's like fall. It's cold and rainy, and everybody is grateful for the rain over. And let's see if we got my phone on straight. Which figure zero? Okay, all right. This is the one. I wish I could get by for the rest of the This is a 120-year-old house, and the basement is running, so the water's not good very nicely. Come on, WD0 BPM.
Q12 South info. Go ahead. Sir, check the block for a green Tacoma as well as no color in case it had a wrap on it. Nothing matching a lowered two-door stay cab the last 2 hours. I think you want to be in the area looking at the camera footage. Step for sure.
I hate that. There's like a squelch function, but it really doesn't work on here. There we go. Just turn the squelch all the way up.
Peter, S2.
That's loud.
I gotta plug in my laptop battery. I just got a new battery for the laptop. This is a really old laptop. I'm surprised it works so good. %. I need to see what they want me to do with that. Look at the little way. They sit down in there.
Where is my coffee?
Maritime net.
Say hello there, over. All right, so Joe, well, thank you very much for stopping by. I appreciate that.
I lost my coffee cup again.
You and who else we have out there for the maritime net for that? Okay.
I might check into the net.
Oh, very good. Yeah, I think there's a couple of them here. So that's 64 uniform with a pop on. There we go. That makes a lot of sense.
I need to figure out what's on this radio. I found this radio at the junkyard, and I don't know what's on it.
Very good there. Yeah, no problem.
I think it's probably one of the junkyard workers' radios.
Okay, yeah, there's another
Oh.
station in there from Alabama. The station that they missed my call. Who was that? Yeah, still a Broadway company. Yeah, the maintenance bomb.
Membus TYT. TYT. Why did I never can find my programming cable? I need it.
Yeah, let me call the station there in Michigan. Call the station in Michigan. No problem. Yeah, this is
Oh, I got another camera over here. I don't know what it even is. Oh, we got Eric in there. Sorry, I hadn't been paying attention to the stream. Trying to find my Bofang cable. We've had 46 views. Looks like up to 6 people at once, which is higher than the average of 2 or 3. And also, we're not using the YouTube Shorts feed anymore because I don't think it works. I think the algorithm has changed. So between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. Yes, I've been on here for a while. So with this setup here, I can do my radio stuff and just stream what I'm doing. And just let this computer do its thing. This computer is hooked up to Wi-Fi instead of direct. I'm going to need to hook up, what do you call it? The box with all the Ethernet connections. Not the router, but I need a network switch. And I need this to be hardwired if it's going to stream. So I think with the way this computer's set up, whatever I decide to put on that side of the screen will just show up next to the picture of the shack. By the way, I was trying to do the order it today and get it tomorrow thing, and I had like 12 minutes to order this one radio, and I noticed it wasn't showing up in the search, but it was showing up in my other stuff, and it was just like 12 minutes, and then all of a sudden it just disappeared, like in 2 minutes. Anyway, so we're not going to order anything yet. The UV5R cable should have been out over here because we were doing all the testing with Linux. So you could find the rest of that. Because I was going to use it for astronomy anyway, so the idea was just take a bunch of tape and put it around the damn thing. Is it in here? Oh, there's a computer fan right here. I wonder if this will fit this one because it is noisy. There it is. Cool. We're gonna find out what's on this junkyard radio. What are these called? DF888S. I wish they'd make these a little bit nicer. I mean, the UV5R is actually smaller. And honestly, I think the UV5R is solid compared to this. These, I don't think, like, I feel like I could push the speaker grill in. Chirp cannot do updates on its own, I don't think. So we're going to update Chirp. Another deep drink of coffee. A lot of static on the maritime net. Let's close it. Okay. Finish. Okay. Turn the radio on. This thing dead. God damn it.
Power on. 14.
That doesn't light up when you turn it on. Alright. I thought it was supposed to light up. I should probably make a video about this. Okay, oh that's right, I'm getting distracted here. Alright, so I found this radio at a junkyard, and I don't know if it belonged to the junkyard or if somebody had it in the yard. There's guys that come to these junkyards and they walk around with radios and they talk on the radio saying they canvass a yard real quickly and then they go to the next one. It could be them, could be anybody, could have been in a vehicle, you know, that was in there when they showed up. Let's go ahead and just take a look and see what frequencies are on this. We're going to download from the radio. And it automatically went to the most popular one, which is this one, I guess. Except for it's an S. But it'll read it nonetheless. Or it won't. Okay. We need to go and also put the radio software in developer mode. I just updated Chirp, and we need to we can see there's a ton of stuff on this computer, obviously, and it's definitely this one right here, the CH340. You know, which is funny because this cable claims to be the PL2303, but it's not. It's a CH340. You see, immediately reads the radio. 462125. I don't know that they're using anything special at all here. These are really weird frequencies. Anyway, that's what's on it.
186 foot. Flying mail to St. Hospital.
And it is just all GMRS basically. 469 seems kind of high.
Flying the mail, which hospital?
Well, let's come in here and go look at what the combined chart is. What do we have? 46256. Ooh. And number 50 call. Anyway, so 5625 for number 1. What is chirp rating? 562125. They're out of the band. They got 562. Channel 5, they're like 5 channels below, basically. Let's take a better look at that. 462.125. I'm not the expert on this, but I would guess this radio is from the junkyard. And they're using these frequencies that are outside of this band, and I guarantee they didn't pay for them. That would be business radio, probably. That's way below it. And I'm sure they did it on purpose because that way they wouldn't have to listen to people on walkie-talkies. So what we have here is, and it's got a tone on it, so it's like 225, 325, 425, and 525. Unless that's just how these radios get shipped. I don't see anything interesting here, but 469.950 seems a little bit high too. So does 463. And what about this 450? That's got to be out of the band. .462. None of these are authorized frequencies. 462. And they might be using the repeater input frequencies. I don't know. What's the offset? I wonder. 467. Nothing goes that high. What do we have here? We have what are these transmit on? Midland and Cobra extra channels. Interesting. Yeah, I know that actually jives with any of that. I would like to see a chart that shows the offset, because I don't know what the offset is. This is completely all way off. It doesn't tell me the offset. That's kind of interesting. Let's go to the FCC's website and take a look on there. They have a chart too. Alright, we have the GMRS table here. And then, I don't remember how they do the offsets, to be honest with you. I think it's positive. So I think you're on 462, and then it's a 5 megahertz offset. So you end up on 467. Anyway, but 462575 is also a simplex, so that means that that's the frequency they're receiving on, but the offset is either above or below, which I think it's above on 467. Anyway, this is a junkyard radio, and they definitely put it to go way out of band. So, and it makes sense because I personally use a MERS radio myself because there's nobody on MERS, but GMRS is really popular. So we got 16 channels. I'm going to save this just for the heck of it. I'm kind of curious. Save as. I'm going to name it Junkyard. Junkyard. Okay. And then next time I go to the junkyard, I'll take a radio with me. And I'll listen and see if they're talking on any of these frequencies. On the program this to some other radio. In the meantime, if I want to, I can program this to something else. What I like to do is do this. Open the stock configuration. What is CA? FRS? GMRS? California? No, it's Canada. It's Canada. Again. There's little gnats flying around out here, dude. They're driving me nuts. The weather's changing. Crickets. Weevils. We get MERS. US FRS. Look at that. They put so much crap in here. They got 52 channels of garbage, dude. It's nuts. Yeah, it's a positive 5 megahertz offset. So that's what keeps it within the band. So when you're on 462, 575, you're actually transmitting on 467,575. And they probably have it to where it doesn't go in between there, because they have odd numbers. So the closest to 575 would be GMRS channel 8. So what they did is weird here is they have GMRS channel 1 as 562, and they have all the FRS is exactly the same. Like, it doesn't make sense why they programmed it like that. But these 14 channel radios should really be 22, and then you could put all 22 FRS in it. So anyway, I'd probably just leave that radio alone. I don't have any use for a 14 channel radio. If they were using this radio at the junkyard, they were doing so by breaking the law to operate outside of the FRS GMRS frequencies. Even if they have a business license for these frequencies, this is not an accepted radio for that. I'm not the radio police here, I'm just saying and stating the facts. They can do whatever they want, I don't care. But this is pretty typical of a business operating in Arizona. Treat their employees like crap and do whatever they want. And then tell you, oh, it's a right to work state. I'm just composing a video over here I'm about to upload. Cow! Looks like we have one person watching, which is probably my computer over there. Or maybe Elizabeth has her phone watching it in the background. Where the hell did I put my coffee cup? There we go. The camera does seem to be working pretty good. We got 49 views. So this is pretty much average, actually. We get 49 views. So I'm going to try something. If somebody's watching, just wait for the restream. We're going to go switch to a vertical format. We probably won't be able to catch all this anymore, but maybe we will. So I'm going to end the stream. And we'll restream in a vertical, hopefully showing up in the shorts feed.